Bismillah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Siti Ayuwandana Putri, and I'm from class 6. So today I would like to present the presentations about need analysis. Especially this is about types and targets of need analysis. I will continue the materials from the previous presenters that has delivered by my friends. So let's get started. Okay, here I have the types of need analysis. So types of needs are differentiated with reference to the purpose of learning the language. So individual differences or the social roles of language in a wider context. Here Alderson in 1980 differentiates three types of needs. The first any formal needs, and then the second is actual or obligation need, and the third is hypothetical future need. The first any formal needs. Formal needs which refer to the need to meet the institution's requirements such as to pass an exam. So this is usually used from school. This is the required for students if they want to pass an exam. So we use formal needs. And then the second is actual or obligation need. This is which refers to what the student has to do with the language once he has learned it. And then the third is hypothetical future need, which refers to the need to become a better professionals in the future. And fourth, want, which refers to what the students feel, want to do or to learn. And then, according to Altman, in 1980, learners should be placed properly based on their age, level of language proficiency, and then maturity and time available. So this requires the institutions to make a flexible educational arrangement to allow learners access to learning that is appropriate to the types of needs they have. And then Brindley have identifies two types of needs. The first any objective needs, and the second is subjective needs. So objective needs, which is derivable from factual information about their learner, use of language in daily communications, current language proficiency, and language difficulties. So in objective need, which could be underlined, this is about factual information. So for the examples, any students who has good in speaking, so the teacher can give them a value with objective needs because their skill, their speaking, they good speaking skill, something like that. And the second is subjective needs. This is referring to cognitive and affective needs in learning, such as personality, confidence, attitude, wants, and expectations in learning. So this is have has clear. This is any affective needs, like from the attitude, confidence, something like that, personality. And then Dudley Evans and St. John in 1998 over a comprehensive descriptions of needs analysis as presented in the following areas. So here we have 8 areas. The first any target situations, analysis and objective needs, and then until means analysis. So according to Dudley Evans and St. John, the interpretations of these points can be outlined as follows. The A target situation analysis and objective need includes professionals' information about learners, and then what they will be using English for. And in B includes personal information about learners, such as the attitude to English and then previous experience, And in C points includes English language information about learners, their current skills and experience in language use, and from the about the learner's lacks defines the gap between C and A. This is the defined gap between C and A, between present situation analysis and target situation analysis and objective needs. And then in E, includes language English for specific purpose, learning informations, such as effective ways of learning skills and the language. And H, this is includes information about the environment in which the course will be run. Okay, so the main data collection methods for needs analysis. This is any questionnaires and then discussions, interviews, observations, and assessments. So, in other words, the main sources for needs analysis are the learners themselves. So, however, relevant documentations and information received from colleges are also important. And then questionnaires are thought to be the least consuming ways of collecting information, and this is why learners' needs are usually specified through questionnaires, which enable researchers to determine long-term aims and short-term objectives. So questionnaires can generally be used for quantitative presentations of collected data. Small amount of data may be easily analyzed by a simple tally system, and while large-scale needs analysis requires statistical approach and use of computer software. And another important aspect of needs analysis is concerned with learning styles and strategies. So a learner-centered approach is considered to be a cornerstone for successful learning. And the current trend in teaching is to take into account learners' wants. They might want or need to carry out a variety of communicative tasks in the target language. So for these reasons, information on the ways in which learners prefer to learn must be obtained through the needs analysis. So questionnaires and interview are two commonly used instruments for needs analysis. Uh, and according to Justice So and Kanke, state that students' own experience can be used as a basis for planning teaching program and curriculum design. They observe that much of what is taught is based on the teacher's belief rather than facts. The approaches to needs analysis and the ideas discussed in the previous sections can be used as the basis to form a model of a framework for an XP syllabus design to model. Okay, and here I have the target need analysis. The target need analysis is consists of 3 points here. So target need is something of an umbrella term, so which is a practice has a number of important distinctions. In other words, the target need is what the learner needs to do in the target situations. So thus it is more useful to look at the target situations in terms of necessities and then lacks and then wants. The first is any necessities. So necessities are about what the learner has to know in order to function effectively in the target situations. So in other words, that necessities also mean the need of someone to be success in his or her business. So moreover, according to Albright, quoted in West, want is a skill which a student sees as being relevant to himself or herself. And then the second is any lacks. Lack is the difference between the student's present competence and the desired competence. Uh, so lack is moreover based on the English for specific purpose. Book lack is about what the learner knows already. so that the teachers or the facilitator can decide which of the necessities of the learners lacks, something like that. And the third is nuance. And according to all the right, 1982, quoted in West 1994, wants is those needs on which students put a higher priority in the available limited time. So, uh, and then according to Hatscon and Waters, definitions of want is perceived of subjective needs of learners. Wants also means that the students need to know what they want to be learned. From that situation, so students will do some effort to reach what they want, what they are willing, something like that. So thank you for your nice attentions. Goodbye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.